Muy buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Bienvenidos una vez más a Cuenta de Tres, señoras y señores. Como ya saben, Cuenta de Tres en sus internacionalmente conocidas entrevistas por todo el mundo. Ya estamos en la estratosfera, vamos a empezar a entrevistar luchadores de Mercurio y Plutón próximamente. Pero antes de llegar a Plutón y a Mercurio, seguimos con los luchadores internacionales, los conocidos, los que ya han pasado por la televisión, grandes empresas. Ahí lo vemos a un señor que está conduciendo, que se va a prestar para una entrevista con nosotros. Ya, bueno, los que saben de lucha se saben quién es, pero igual lo vamos a presentar. Está el señor Demian ahí también, como siempre.
¿Cómo está, Johnny?
Firme, al lado del cañón, ¿no? Bueno, señor Demian, como siempre va a tener el privilegio de presentarlo al señor que está conduciendo tal vez hacia aquí, hacia Buenos Aires. ¿Hacia dónde está conduciendo? Ahora le vamos a preguntar si le está yendo. Pero mientras tanto, preséntelo en español y después lo presentamos en inglés.
Buenísimo. Buenas noches a a nuestra audiencia, o buenas tardes, o buen día, depende de cuando estén mirando esto. Nuestro invitado del día de hoy, al cual están viendo conducir, es básicamente uno de los mejores luchadores de Lucha Underground. Pero antes de eso tuvo una vasta experiencia por el circuito independiente. Y bueno, hoy en día se lo encuentra en muchísimas promociones, desde por ejemplo la AAA. Bueno, vamos a poder verlo en muchísimas empresas, si Dios quiera que más. Así que te lo hice fácil hoy, Johnny, tenés poco para traducir.
Bueno, entonces vamos a estar cambiando nuestra habla hacia el English mode. Esto es raro porque, viste, él está parado, vaya a saber de dónde está, pero en la calle haciendo una entrevista es como que es interesante, me gusta. Wow. Vamos a pasar al modo inglés entonces y vamos a presentarlo al señor. He's a well-known wrestler of Lucha Underground. He will be like his third season in Lucha Underground, hopefully. He was part of WWE Tough Enough.
Yes.
No, that's not a little. That's important data. He also been in Mexico. Well, he has a long career in the wrestling world. So we'll be introducing none other than Marty, the Moth, Martinez. How are you, Marty? Thank you for joining us.
Fantastical. Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
Hello, Marty. Let's start our interview with a question that is very difficult to answer. How are you?
I like it. Oh, it's an easy one. I am fantastical. I am crazy busy with everything that I got going on with the wrestling, movies, stockbroking my company. But life is grand. Lucha Underground is back on TV for season 3 for another 19 more episodes. So I am stoked, and I hope you guys are too.
We are interested to see the third season because we are fans. So we will join Lucha Underground, surely.
Awesome! I'm excited for these next 19 episodes. Season 3 is going to be a blast. You're going to see a whole lot of the Moth on these next 19 episodes.
Perfect. Okay, Demian, let's start with the interview, please. First question.
Okay, Marty, let me ask you how you came with the idea to become a professional wrestler.
I actually didn't even know you could. I watched CW when I was a kid. And then when I went to a WWE show here in Salt Lake City, Utah, where I'm from, some kid handed me a flyer saying there's a pro wrestling school here in Salt Lake City, Utah. I got excited, got really jacked, put it in my pocket, and then forgot about it. 3 months later, I found the flyer and said, holy crap, what the hell was I thinking? And then went in there and called the guy on the flyer and started wrestling. I didn't even know to do it. And then once I stepped in the ropes for the first time, before I even fell down one time, hooked. Wrestling in the very beginning. As soon as I stepped into the ropes, I knew exactly what I wanted to do.
So, Marty, in that time, did you have favorite superstars in the WWE, maybe WCW? What was your inspirations?
Back then, I played football. I was big into football, so I really, and WCW's on their peak, so I was a big Bill Goldberg fan. Then I realized what wrestling was all about, and now I'm and always have been and always will be, Shawn Michaels. HBK is the man that I want to emulate my career off of, and that's my favorite wrestler in the whole world, HBK.
Perfect. A great wrestler. A complete one also.
The best.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sure. Damian?
Yes.
I keep looking over here at my picture, and I'm supposed to be over here. You guys are going to get the full Marty the Moth trip home because I just got out of one of my businesses that I have, and you guys get to drive with me.
Oh, perfect.
Go for a ride.
Okay.
I decked out with my Marty the Moth Martin Casal's hat.
Nice.
Chavo Guerrero's Viva la Raza shirt.
Wow.
Yes.
So I'm pretty much wrestling out here. Woo!
Nice, man, nice.
Shall we put our fasten seatbelt on?
You should put on your fasten seatbelts, hold on to your oh shit handle, and be ready for a ride.
All right. Okay, Debian, next question, please.
Yes. You are from Utah, and let me ask you, was the Utah wrestling industry solid in the time you entered it? Or, see, basically that. Is solid the Utah wrestling industry, in your opinion?
So essentially, how is the wrestling scene in Utah?
Yes.
All right. Actually, it is not. It's here. It is not like a California or I don't know what the scene is out where you guys are at. But it is not a hotbed, unfortunately. There is one place to wrestle, and then a bunch of other places that came around because they couldn't make it through our training. So I don't want to wrestle for them if they can't make it through our training, and that's why they started a promotion. So in order for me to learn anything, or for my guys here from Utah to learn anything more than what my school teaches, which, by the way, is UCW 0, that's where I first started, we actually have to drive or fly at least 6 to 8 hours to go somewhere in Las Vegas or to Denver, Colorado, or the 14-hour drive to California, where there's a hotbed of wrestling out there. So it's a lot harder work. If you want it, if you're from Utah, you're going to have to work hard for it.
Okay. You did mention the UCW, so the next question is regarding that. What was your memories of Derek Janeri, Steve Nielsen, and the Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero?
Very fun. In fact, Derek Janetti is the guy that handed me the flyer. Sorry, you might get a buzzing because I don't like seatbelts. But Derek Janetti is the one who handed me the flyer when I went to the WWE show that got me into professional wrestling. So I have very fond memories of Derek. He's one of my best buds to this day. Steve Nelson gave me the opportunity to get in his ring and figure out what wrestling's all about, so I'm definitely grateful for him. But Derek was the one who took me under his wing, and I was there every single day that I could, every single hour that I could. I was in the ring, and he was there every step of the way with me, making sure I don't hurt myself, essentially. But I have very fond memories of Derek and Steve, and I actually still hang out with them to this day. I actually am going to be wrestling in Utah. I don't get to wrestle there much anymore, but I'm going to be actually finally wrestling here back in Utah next month. And
Okay.
Mexico, by the way. I know you mentioned Mexico.
Yes, yes, we did mention because you were part of Triple A last year, and but
And this year,
and this year also nice.
I actually was there last month. I teamed with a man named Killshot, if you watch Lucha Underground. And I will be in AAA next month, and I'm hopefully there, and I'm pretty sure, though, that you will see me there at Triple Mania in Mexico City. So,
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. So, next question, Damien, please.
Yes. What was the best way to get know the independent wrestling, to get fame, to promote? Yes.
Really, the best way is the internet and getting out there and working. Like I said, it's harder if you're coming from Utah because you have to drive 6 to 8 hours to go to the next place that you can wrestle besides the one here in Utah. But that's what you have to do. In order to become known, use the internet. Let people know you're here. I have an awesome marketing guy now, but that was just as of 4 months ago. I had to do everything myself. Marketing yourself on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then getting out to as many towns and as many shows and as many states and countries that you can. And you're going to lose a lot of money because promoters are not going to pay you to go there when they have no idea who you are. But if you keep working hard at it and losing that money, unfortunately, and making a name out of yourself by working as many places as you can, you're going to get to the point where they do want you there, and they will pay for you, and they will fly you, and it just gets better from there. But that took me years and years and years to accomplish, and I wouldn't take it back for a second because now I'm on Lucha Underground, I'm in AAA, I am going around the world, I wrestle in Germany there with Alex Wright, I'm going everywhere, and I'm no longer losing money, and I'm having the time of my life. So it's there, it's hard work, it's making towns, losing money, and it'll be worth it in the end. It's just most people can't cut it out. Most people won't tough it out to get there.
Okay.
So, unfortunately.
Sounds logic. Sounds good.
Sure, yes. Somehow a lot of sacrifice over there.
A lot of sacrifice, and you have to be able to live it and breathe it because it's not only a learn how to wrestle, it's also you have to look the part. I'm sorry, I put my hand on it. You have to look the part. You have to eat right. So it's not, you have to work out. You have to basically live and breathe wrestling every day, forever. I have a meal plan right here. Here's my bag. Same one Brian Cage uses. I have 6 meals a day. I eat every 3 hours. I have to eat a certain amount of things, protein versus carbs. I live this thing. And unless you do that, you're not going to make this thing. So you're going to have to live and breathe it. Eating-wise, diet-wise, you're going to have to cancel out on friends going to movies or hanging out because you're going to drive 15 hours to the next show. It's a lot of work. But I tell you, it's worth it.
Yes. Until you get the point that you get paid for the thing that you love to do. So that's the important stuff, you know.
And I get to talk to you guys.
Yeah, also. Also. Let me ask you a question, Marty, about at 2007, you reached the WWE via Tough Enough. Do you remember by that time who were your partners? Maybe someone now well known in WWE or in the independent circuit. And what was your thoughts about that experience, about the Tough Enough experience?
Actually, it's crazy because WWE Tough Enough, I've been working in the WWE doing shows for them for a couple of years by that point. The WWE asked me to put in video for Tough Enough because I wasn't going to apply whatsoever. Back then, the Tough Enough thing was put a video out and get a bunch of votes. so that they will care about you. And I didn't want to play that popularity game. So I wasn't going to put in. But because I worked and flew myself to shows in Houston and in Jersey, and I flew myself out of my own dime to go down there and just be an extra for them, I was on their radar, and they wanted me to put in a tape for WWE Tough Enough. So that kind of goes back to the hard work. But it was a blast at WWE Tough Enough because I met Son of Havoc, who's on Lucha Underground with me right now. Matt Cross was on was on WWE Tough Enough with me. Evil East was on WWE Tough Enough with me. I met some great friends on WWE Tough Enough. Eric Watts is still one of my best buds. AJ Kirsch is a great dude. Rima Fakir, Miss USA, was on that show with me. I had a great relationship with her. I met some great people. I got to meet Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's scary as hell if he's yelling at you. But he didn't yell at me because I was never on the bottom three. So we actually had a really good relationship, and we still keep in contact to this day. So without that WWE Tough Enough experience, I wouldn't have been able to have such great experiences and networking and call some of the people that I call friends. Steve Austin, I consider as a friend with me. So I have his cell phone number. I'm actually probably going to call him later on this week.
Wow, that's incredible. And you said, well, the next question that Damian will ask you have some connection about your experience, because as you said, you never were in the bottom three, you never quit Tough Enough, but Damian, please.
Yes. But we remember
all those buts.
We remember the injury that leaves you off to now. How hard was the recovery and returning to the wrestling business?
It was easy to return back to wrestling mentally, but physically I had to do a lot of months of rehab. I actually had to get surgery and have metal put in my ankle, which I thought was weird, because if I would have been doing something stupid, like jumping off and doing some sort of flips and stuff, then okay, then it's my fault. But I was walking, so how in the hell do you break your ankle walking? I don't know, but I did it. I actually came back 2 months early, 3 months early, something like that. I don't know if I should have, I probably shouldn't have, but I did. I was really excited. I came back from WWE Tough Enough. I wanted to get back in the ring, and I had multiple conversations with Stone Cold Steve Austin by that point. He critiqued my matches. He showed me what I need to do to get to where I wanted to be, and I was really ready to come back to the ring. So I came back 2 to 3 months early, I think, and I was jacked. It sucked breaking my ankle, but I was very excited to come back to the ring and show the world what I got now that I had eyes looking at me.
Sure. And so for you, wasn't hard to enter again to the wrestling business? I mean, at the time you recover, you start again wrestling for WWE. You make your own way again. How was the resolution of the injury?
I ended up getting. Actually, I don't even know if you can still see it. Yeah, you can barely see it. You probably won't even be able to see it there on the camera. But I ended up getting a metal plate or two metal. I don't know what you call them. Pins. Yeah. That's what it is. 2 metal pins put into my leg. I'm going to have them forever. So that's my souvenir from WWE Tough Enough. Thank you, WWE, for the medal. Yeah, that's really it sucked, but it's here, and everything happens for a reason. I 100% everything happens for a reason. I think if I would have won WWE Tough Enough, I have no idea where I'd be right now. But because I broke my ankle and because I showed that I can wrestle and that I'm not a jerk, I think that's what got me to Lucha Underground, and I'm dang happy I broke my leg for it.
Well, speaking of speaking of Lucha Underground, how was your arrival to Lucha Underground? Who was the responsible behind that situation?
Actually, give me 1 second because I'm gonna have to go into my house. My dogs are usually pretty crazy. So you're gonna see that how I come home every single day. Hey, Boogie. Hey.
Hi.
Hey, say hi, Brutus. Say hi first. He cries a lot. It's hilarious. Hey, Rudy. Hey, down. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Please, no problem.
Yes.
So, how did I get on Lucha Underground? Actually, the producer for WWE Tough Enough worked on. It was the same executive producer for Lucha Underground. So he saw me day to day on the camera, which, by the way, is still creepy. When you're sleeping and you hear a camera zoom in on you, it's creepy. But he actually saw what I was like, and really he had no idea what he wanted me to do. He just knew, hey, he can wrestle. He's entertaining. I have no idea what the heck I'm going to want him to do, but I want him. So I actually was contacted about a year before Lucha Underground had the name Lucha Underground. All he said was, hey, we're trying to bring Lucha Libre to America. Would you be interested? And it's about a year out, but would you be interested? I'm just trying to gather interest. I said yes and yes. I had no idea it was going to be what it is now, where we're on Netflix and across the world. I am very excited that I said yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Demian?
Speaking of Lucha Underground, how was the idea to make weapons of mass destruction?
Look at that.
Wow!
I told you guys you can get a tour of my house right now, huh?
This is the Dragon Mask.
That's let's see, where you at? Mil Muertes. That's Drago. That's Drago's actual mask he gave me. Down here we got Phoenix, if you can see it.
Yes.
And then Prince Puma. We got my supplement company here. And that stuff you can't see yet, actually. You're not allowed to see that yet until season 3 is over.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I had to do that real quick.
No problem.
This
Incredible.
is insane, man.
Yeah, sure.
You're getting a little tour of my place. This is my room. I'm not going to show you it much, but there's my stripper pole, just in case you're wondering. All right. So I'm sorry. What was the question? I had to just get down here.
No problem.
No problem.
Okay, now that you arrived safe to your home, that
Yes.
is very good.
Finally, arrived.
Demian, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes.
Please, yeah.
How was the idea to make weapons of mass destruction, and was difficult to make that match with all the objects in the ring?
I would say the most difficult thing was, what can we not do? Because it was like a playground.
Yes.
This is one reason why I love Lucha Underground, is because that match wasn't supposed to happen. Me and Killshot, as you know, who I wrestled in that match.
Yes.
We were told when we got there for the day is that you guys are going to wrestle each other for, I think we had 6 minutes or something, and that would be the end of our feud. And we talked with each other. We said, I kind of really like wrestling you, and I think we got something special here. So we went up and talked with the writers that day after they told us what we were doing, and asked them, hey, can we do something? Can you give us 10 minutes? Can you give us something so we can blow this off the right way? And they actually talked about it. And that day, they changed what we were doing in the show that day and the next day. They changed the writing and the entire script and made it so the Weapons of Mass Destruction match happened in season 3. So that's why I love Lucha Underground, is because the writers will listen to you actually and adjust and take your input in. And because of them changing that, that's why the Weapons of Mass Destruction match happened. And it was like a giant playground. We came back from season 3. We came in a day early just so we could see what kind of toys we had. We had missiles, we had grenades, we had giant guns, ladders, and tables. It was just like a kid walking into Toys R Us, except for there's blood at the end.
Sure. It was a great match also to see. So entertaining. Besides that you couldn't make it, that you couldn't make the win in that match, but it was so entertaining, extremely.
I appreciate it, but I actually ended up with 7 staples in my head after that match.
Wow!
Right
Great.
here, it was from the second chair shot when I was stuck in the corner. So when he throws the chair into my face, when I'm stuck in there with the ladder, next time you watch that match, just know that's what 7 staples in my head did in there, and the blood coming down my face. And that's why I started laughing. That's because it really, really, really hurt. So, but it was good. It made great TV, and that's really important thing.
Well, but that doesn't matter because wrestling isn't real, right?
Wrestling's not real. These staples are fake. These pins in my leg are fake. So, whatever. I hate people sometimes.
So, Marty, are you enjoying the character that you have in Lucha Underground? Do you think it's going to be a progression in this season? Do you think that needs some modification? How is your feeling about it?
Honestly, if you go back and you watch episode 1 or season 1 of what Marty the Moth was, I think from the goofy character you have now to the messing with Sexy Star to all the way to messing with Melissa Santos and what you're going to see these next 19 episodes, I think Marty the Moth has had one of the biggest character arcs throughout all 3 seasons as anybody else there. I'm actually very proud of how it turned out. And I laugh sometimes because Lucha Underground, like we were saying before, when they first brought me on, they just knew that I was entertaining and that I could wrestle. They had no idea what to do with me. I was a comedic relief is all they wanted me to do was just go out there. And in fact, I remember one time before one match, all they'd said was, go out there and just make us laugh. I don't care what you do. Just go out there and make us laugh. I said, okay. So that's how the character started. And now I'm over here kidnapping women and torturing poor Melissa Santos. And I actually used a grenade in a wrestling match. So I'm very happy with the way this has progressed. And I think without progression is you die. So no growth, you die. So I think there's going to be a lot more character progression. You're going to get even darker. People have compared me to Joker and to Tyler. What's the guy from American Psycho? That guy, Bateman guy or something?
Okay.
I've been compared to a lot of serial killers, and that's kind of what I'm going for. And you're going to see, season 4 is going to be a little bit darker, and these next episodes in season 3 are going to get a little bit more darker. So you're going to see a lot more progression out of Marty the Moth, and it may be a little bit scary, or it may be cool.
Perfect. Good. That's good.
Definitely they won't be watching this video and be scared, because look at this. How can you really be scared of a guy who has this?
Oh, it's so cute.
But my Marty the Moth character is definitely going to be completely different than what you're seeing right now.
Okay, perfect. Damian, next question, please.
Yes. Last year you started to wrestle in Mexico, including the premiere show Triple Mania. What was your feelings about the Mexican crowd? How different is the Mexican wrestling to the American wrestling?
I love wrestling in Mexico. The fans are so much more passionate than the American fans. They have no idea what I'm yelling to them, most of them, but they just know they don't like me. And by that, I love it. They throw stuff at me in the ring. I've been covered in beer every single time I go out there because they throw beer at me.
Yes.
The Mexican fans are so passionate. I just love it. And to see 20,000 people in one arena being as passionate about one thing is awesome. And I get that in American wrestling. And the only other place I get it is Lucha Underground, which they have very, very passionate believers in Lucha Underground Temple. It's just there's 500 of them versus 20,000 of them. So the fans there in Mexico are so much more crazy and active. I love messing with them. And I love the fact they have no idea what I'm yelling at them, but they still hate me. So they're so into the wrestling that they don't need to know what I'm saying. They just know, I don't like this guy. He's kicking Rey Mysterio. So
Yes, sure.
I love the Mexican bands.
So speaking about Mexican, we know that you're starting to learn in Spanish or something like that.
Yes.
So can you put a little bit here in our interview something that you have been practicing? Maybe, I don't know.
Well,
Say whatever you wanted to say in Spanish.
estoy tratando aprender español más, pero no personas to practicar. I had a way better before. A bit closer.
Okay,
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Maybe you are asking to someone to practice with. I mean, I don't know. Maybe a Skype calls with Marty in Spanish. Next interview will be entirely in Spanish.
Let's do it. Let's give me 1 year. We're going to do a follow-up interview, and it's going to be 100% in Spanish because of you.
Perfect. It's a deal. Okay, Marty, finish. Somehow finishing the interview. The question I wanted to make about is, what is your opinion of the actual status of the professional wrestling and the indies right now?
I think, honestly, we're going to go into a time in wrestling that we haven't been into since the Monday Night Wars. The Monday Night Wars, everybody watched wrestling. It was a cool thing to watch wrestling. Yeah, WCW versus the WWF at that time, and everybody was watching or talking about wrestling, and it hasn't been the same since. I think you're about to go in a time where it's about to be the same. You have Lucha Underground killing it. Because of the internet, you have New Japan you can watch all the time. You have the WWE Network happening. There is so much wrestling, and it's so much easier to watch now because of the internet, that I think you're about to see one of the biggest booms in wrestling since the Monday Night Wars. And I'm jacked about it, and if you're a wrestling fan, you should be jacked as crap for it too. So be ready. I'm excited for it.
Oh, perfect. You mentioned wrestling. Sorry, I will going back to our interview before finishing it. But you said that you made your own promotion. I hear correctly. Can you tell us about a little bit of that project of you?
Well, the company that I came in with, UCW Zero here in Salt Lake City, Utah. You can look them up at www.ucwzero.com. That is where I first started. That's where I first stepped in the ropes. And so I've just been there for so long, and then I wanted Utah wrestling scene to be better. So that I started co-promoting there with them and became an owner with them. There's going to be some big changes that's happening. But I definitely, I was able to learn the editing side of things for film. I was able to learn more camera stuff on the opposite side of the camera rather than me looking into the camera. I was able to learn promoting. I was able to learn the insides and outs of wrestling that wasn't inside the ring. So that was awesome, and I never want to do it again. Ever. It's fun to help, but I don't want to do that again. I would rather just stay in front of the camera, in front of the ropes, and entertain. Now that I know how to do it, it's great. It's helped me learn how to market myself and my supplement company. It's helped me learn how to market myself as far as being a wrestler, and to be able to teach myself how to be an actor and market myself as such. So really, it taught me a lot about how to market it, how to get my name out there, how to promote. And it's something that I would never want to go through again, but I learned it, and it's going to help me out a lot through life.
Perfect. Let me tell you that I'm sneaking a Shawn Michaels cup on your back, I believe.
You sure did. You caught me.
Wow.
Not only got Shawn Michaels cups, you got the action figure of me and my buddy. I'm actually have an action figure.
Wow.
Ooh, And if you remember, if you watched Lucha Underground, and you saw some of the promos for the Weapons of Mass Destruction match, this guy is the guy that I was talking to. That I was talking like this. So I keep / steal as much as I can from Lucha Underground. So I have souvenirs everywhere.
Wow, incredible. Well, yeah, Lucha Underground needs to put like a souvenir tour to Marty's house that you have all kind of stuff over there.
Yes, it does. In fact, let's see. Oh, I can't even tell you that yet. There is something that I want to tell you, but I can't tell you until the end of this season. But there is a giant something that I want to steal, and I'm still trying to figure out how and where they keep all the stuff in the off season so that I can steal it, because they won't let me have it. So I don't condone stealing, but come on, Superman tried to steal, or Henry Cavill tried to steal his Superman outfit. Ben Affleck tried to steal his Batman outfit. So why can't I try to steal my stuff?
Sure. Okay, Marty, the last questions that Damian will ask you.
Well, my last question is related to the merchandise. For example, your action figure of Marty the Moth Martinez, my Pentagon Junior's mask, or what do you have in store for the fans of Marty the Moth Martinez? For your fans?
Ooh. For season 3 or just in general?
In general, what is the future of Marty the Moth Martinez?
The future Marty the Moth Martinez. Well, I was just in the most recent Adam Sandler movie. I wrestled a guy named Terry Crews who does all the Old Spice movies, the Old Spice commercials. I was just in that. I'm going to be in a lot more movies. You're seeing me in Mexico. I opened up a supplement company as well, so if you need supplements, I'm the guy to do it because I know how to take care of myself. I bought a second house. You're going to see a lot of stuff, of entrepreneurial stuff about me and just what I'm doing outside of wrestling. I just like to have fun. I just came back from Italy. You're going to see a whole lot of, season 3, you're going to see me play a little bit more with Melissa Santos. So we're going to play a little bit with that story because that seems to be something that fans love and hate, or love to hate. So you're going to see a lot of that in season 3, and it's going to be a lot deeper and darker in season 4. So I hope you're ready for some deep serial killer stuff.
I don't know if we are going to be ready, but we will try to. Okay. Well, any more questions, Mr. Damian?
No. That's satisfactory. This interview. I can't think another question.
Okay, perfect. So let's do what we know best to do. That is, first of all, saying thank you to our guest today. He was like a freak.
Yeah, that part. Oh, just to tell you, the Lucha Underground writers said we write characters for the people that play them. So I don't know if that means that they think I'm a serial killer, murderer, and kidnapper, but they know I'm crazy. So that works for me. So I think that was fun. Thank you much for having me guys on.
Okay, the thing is that we here in Cuenta have a tradition, and the tradition is that the last words of our podcast is to the interviewed, because we think that if you gave us the time to do this interview, we will give you some of our podcast time to say whatever when you want to say here. So please be my guest.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. First off, thank you both for having me on and taking the time to do this interview. It was a pleasure and an honor, and we will be meeting up next year to have our Spanish interview, and I'm excited for it.
Okay, perfect. But it's a deal.
Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Martin Casals, MartinCasaus. all of them say the exact same thing. I'm on YouTube at Mark Casals Official. If you don't know how to spell my name, look up Marty the Moth. My face will be there. I am giving away stuff at martincasals.com, like this hat. That's my logo right there. I want to connect with as many fans as I can, and I'm getting crap because I started following a bunch of fans from Lucha Underground, but I'm trying to connect with you. So if you don't want me following you, tell me, I'll unfollow you. Sucks to be you. But write me a message, follow me on those social medias. I want to be there connecting with you, so hit at me. I love talking with you, and with that, I always say, without wrestling fans, we're just a bunch of dudes rolling around in spandex. So thank you so much, believers and wrestling fans, and thank you all for letting me do what I get to do.
Perfect. Okay, let me tell you that now you have with this interview, you have a lot of, I believe, fans that want to speak in Spanish with you. Okay, so be ready to that.
Oh, I am ready. I'm ready for that, and I'm excited for the time I get to go over there and understand what that Drago's saying to me before he punches me in the face.
Okay. Well, if you're planning to travel to Argentina sometime, maybe. Never knows.
If you know a promotion out there in Argentina, tell them to hit me up on my social media.
All right, we will. Maybe we will. Perfect. Okay, as we said, thank you very much for your time. We will finish now this interview in Spanish. So, thank you again.
Thanks a lot.
Ok, Demian, esta ha sido la entrevista con el señor Marty de Moth Martínez. Tal vez ahora que estoy
más divertida de la historia.
Más divertida,
de
sin
Cuenta
dudas.
de tres, ¿puedo decirlo?
Sí, por supuesto.
So funny.
Y, ojo, y si hablamos tal vez despacio nos puede llegar a entender lo que estamos diciendo.
Ok, vamos más despacito.
Va, por ahí no, pues se sacó los auriculares, pero no importa. Así que, bueno, nada, esto ha sido todo, otra de las entrevistas internacionales que tenemos con el señor. Un placer, la verdad, cada vez expandiéndonos mucho más.
Tercer invitado de Lucha Underground, Johnny, que conseguimos.
Tercer invitado de Lucha Underground, así es. Y no será el último, por supuesto. Así que, bueno, señores, esto ha sido todo. Otra emisión más. Gracias, Demian. Gracias, Marty de Moth Martínez, nuevamente. Nos veremos pronto. Esto ha sido Cuenta de 3. Hasta la próxima.